easy. My name is Christelle, and of course, we're back for another TILAW Master episode today. And just like our usual episode, of course, if you are a follower, you would probably know by now that what we do here is actually taste food, mostly Filipino food. I'm excited to show you what we're gonna taste today. Once again, this is TILAW Master by K9 Media Group. Before anything else, we would like to thank our sponsors for this episode. We have Salto Clothing and of course K9 Advertising would like to thank One Food Cartel. This episode is brought to you by K9 Media Group. So if you are asking, unsa na pud ka at tilawan ni Crystal karon? Well, we are at home and I'm gonna give you hints. Number one, it's what we are gonna taste today is usually can be a pasalubong, usually bought at night. What else? Barato na siya. It's a barato na pasalubong. I think most kids do not like this. Like if bata pa ka and you haven't not been introduced to this, you won't probably be liking this good. So what we're gonna taste today is, I actually opened one, guys, already. Balut. I still have one spare. Just a trivia. Nagkaon ako before ito nag-start. Obvious naman, diba? The reason why is because I'll share it to you. Nag-shoot ko. Wala na ako noon ang camera. Good thing. Daghan ko gipalit. So what we're gonna taste today is actually 16 days na balut. Now, if you are a first timer, this is the safest for you to try. The reason is because dili pa kayo nimo ma-feel ang piso. Na yung mga 18 days, kato siya medyo ma-feel naman good nimo. So I wouldn't really recommend that. I'm someone who used to not like balut. Balut is not my favorite karon. Dili ko mukaon ani sa una. Mukaon ako ani karon, but it's not like something I would eat a lot. Dili na ko siya gina-crave, kumbaga. So, yeah. But as a Filipino, I think you shouldn't really miss on trying out balut. So again, 16 days ang atong i-try. So what do you need to prepare when you're eating balut? Of course, balut is like just an egg. You are going to eat it right out of the shell, but once you make a little hole, butangan dahil mo siya. Oh! Sukeka or suka. Oops. Other people will actually add asin to taste or some pampawalaw or I don't know. But I don't put salt in it anymore because I find it tastes okay na without asin. Murag sobra na siya kaparat for me. There we go. Usually, ako mga kailang first time would try og balut. They like the sabaw. Same with me. Most people really like the sabaw of the balut. But it's actually where that distinct smell comes from. So, fun fact, trivia. My first experience with balut, I can't remember the year, but I do remember I was out with friends drinking at night. So, we were, I think we're having a car shot at a gasoline station because medyo uso na siya dire. We are not from a big city. And back then, dili pa kaayo daghan na ma-open a convenience store at night. There were bars, yes. But of course, bars na sila cut off for orders. So, we were out drinking and then nagsuroy nga na maligya og balut. If you are fond of nightlife, here in our city, balut is one of the things that you eat at night. Of course, but we all know, if you're Filipino, you know balut is sold at night. So, since wala kaayo yung mga convenience store back then, if you're hungry, balut is the go-to food. I don't really eat this before, but because of peer pressure, they let me try. My first experience was that I had no idea nga the reason nga duha ang botilya nga bitbit ni kuya, I thought both was suka. Usually the suka is colored like this, right? Medyo orange. But si kuya, nagbitbit siya suka na white, which is rare. I didn't know ang isa day kabotilya sulod it was downy. Why downy? It's because, as I mentioned earlier, balut has a distinct smell. So if you're out at night partying and stuff, you'd probably ask for like alcohol, sabon, whatever, because you want to wash your hands after eating balut. Now, ang color sa downy, it was diluted with water. And ang color sa bottle of suka was the same. I didn't know. I just picked up the bottle. Ibubo na ako. Good thing I was cautious because it was my first time. Isimot sa na ko siya before na ako ginom. Otherwise, nag-inom na siguro kong down niya to. It was a funny experience. Hits right in the spot. So, is there a specific reason why I don't crave for balut? Well, just like anybody else who does not eat balut. I think it's because it's balut. Naman good siya. So, it's not like dili ko lang yan ha. Dili po ko ingon sa ganahan jud kaayo. But if you're gonna ask me for the reason why I eat balut, it's because of the Filipino experience. I'm a Filipino, a proud Filipino. I think me being a Filipino would not be complete without me experiencing balut. And someone like me who loves to travel, I think you really should experience this. I have not traveled abroad yet, but I think it would be really unfair for Filipinos to travel abroad and eat other cuisines and make it part of their adventurous experience there. Tapos, when you go back to your country, di ay wala pa katilaw balut, like, huh? Well, not judgy here, but I think you should really give it a try. Maski once in your life. It's a must try. So, nitilok na nato ang sabebaraw. Sabaw. I'm sorry, I'm so gay. Okay. So, balut daw, it was believed to be introduced to the Philippines around early 1800s during the Spanish colonization era. So, it was introduced to us by the Chinese traders, and of course, siguro no, Chinese people, they're very innovative. Back then, walay ref. So, they created these fertilized duck eggs as a cuisine, as a way to preserve the eggs and make their shelf life actually longer and be able to sell them in a longer period of time. So, moon ang balut was actually born. And then, other countries followed in doing so. And actually, Filipinos love balut ever since it was introduced to us. Filipinos learned to love it so much that we have a city here in the Philippines that we call the balut capital of the Philippines. And it's it's not a city. It's a municipality. It's a municipality of Pateros. So in Pateros, they actually have a festival. Of course, Philippines is known for its festivals. Daghan kay tay mga fiesta diri. In Pateros, they have a festival that's dedicated for balut. It's called the Balut sa Puti Festival. I hope I remember it right. So, like, they have balut eating contest and other activities like preparing large servings of balut. The largest serving of balut that's ever been prepared in Pateros by the Culinary Center of the Philippines is actually 117.5 kilograms. That's a lot of balut. So of course, since balut is widely embraced here in the Philippines. When foreigners come here, they also give it a try. And actually, just recently there was a video of Zac Efron from High School Musical. A video was circulating of him hiking tapos eating balut. Based on the video, I'm not really sure. I cannot really tell if he liked it. Parang it was just out of respect sa mga nag-offer sa iya og balut. But I think what he was glad about was that he was able to experience it. Kasi your Philippine experience would not be complete without balut. Sure, we have other food. We have adobo that we're very, very proud of. But balut is unique mo siya. It's unique, and if you're gonna taste it for the very first time, it will be an unforgettable experience for you. So, why do Filipinos love balut apart from, you know, the experience? Because that's what we're really selling it for, right? Well, I remember in high school I have not tasted balut yet because college na ako nakatilaw. I remember my friends from back then, and even my teacher would tell me balut is actually healthy, that it has nutrients for your brain, it makes you smart daw. And I did a little bit of reading, and it says that balut actually has, each serving of balut actually has 2 milligrams of iron, 116 milligrams of calcium, and it has 188 calories per egg. So how does it taste like? Actually, it's just like egg, but a little bit more savory. And of course, not just about solid. Egg is like when you boil it, it's super solid. Egg is everybody's favorite, I guess. Like Filipino breakfast is never complete without egg. It basically just tastes the same, except for the fact that you're thinking, nani siya fertilized duck inside. Kana. But it's a little bit more savory because of the sabaw, and you put salt or suka in it. So that's it. And of course, if you're gonna ask me, are there other countries that embrace balut as like we do? Yes, of course. Other Asian countries like Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, they also eat fertilized duck embryos or fertilized duck eggs, or what we call as balut. So balut, before they're actually being cooked, they're incubated first for 14 to 21 days. So that explains kanong naanay na fertilized na duck inside. And as I mentioned earlier, Pateros has their like activities related to their balut festival, right? They have balut eating contests and a whole lot more. But I did not know, and I just read this, there is actually a balut eating contest in New York City. I'm not even sure if that's true. Maybe I'll do more digging about that. I haven't seen videos of it. It would be fun to actually do that. But actually here in the Philippines, balut eating can also be made as a challenge. Like, pagtawag fiesta, pag nutrition month, kay hini kagi siya glasa, it can be a challenge to other people to eat balut. So I was very happy to actually see that there's a balut eating contest in New York City. So of course, I think it's not news to everyone. Balut is not for everyone. No, it's not for everybody's taste buds. We have different preferences on food, but I think one important thing we should remember, especially if you're a Filipino, is that it's worth trying. It is worth trying because it's a part of our identity as Filipinos, and a part of history. In fact, it's been here for like a long time. Balut has practically seen Philippines grow. It still exists right now, and actually, balut has evolved. Karon, you can see on the streets na sila ginapauso nga ginatawag na grilled balut, diba? It's the same balut, but literally ginagrill siya. It's open sa top with spices, and I would definitely recommend that if you're trying balut for the very first time, kay less bili siya and humot siya because of the spices that they put. And it's a whole new experience to actually be trying that. So if you are tasting balut for the very first time, here are 3 tips. Number 1, have it with friends. That way your experience will be more fun. Number 2, do not overthink it. Think of it as like a bucket list, so that it'll be easier for you. Number 3 is bring alcohol with you. If you're going to have it outside, bring alcohol, or mga kakang kuyog daw ni, but make sure dili daw niya yung ibutang sa imuhang balut. So those are my 3 simple tips if you're trying out balut for the very first time. Now, if you're gonna ask me, is balut something that you would recommend to a tourist? My answer would be a huge yes. Yes, yes, yes. The reason is because balut has seen Philippines. Balut has been embraced by Filipinos, and it's one of the things that makes Philippines unique. So if you are here in the Philippines for an adventure, for a unique experience, if you're here to explore, part of your experience to enjoy would definitely be balut. Because most of the time, I believe Philippines has been marketed by the Department of Tourism. We've been marketed as like a place with a lot of beaches, natural resources, but balut is in itself is already a great adventure, an experience that's definitely worth trying. So of course, that's coming from me, and dili bagay super duper fanatic of balut. But here in the Philippines, magod, I think you have not been magwala ka na bunyagan as Filipino if you have not tasted it. I've been bullied a lot. Sorry for the term. Bullied ba? But I've been really laughed at. Sige, ano na, safer. My classmates before really laugh when I tell them I have not tasted one balut in my life. That was way back when I was in high school. So, like, sad siya for me that I'm a Filipino and have not tasted balut. So, I realized, okay. So, as a Filipino, di ay kinahanglan jud ka makatilaw. Right? And right now, as you can see, I'm a Filipino. I've tasted balut. I would definitely recommend it to the world. So once again, that's our episode for today. Would like to thank One Food Cartel and Saldo Clothing. Please do follow them on their social media pages, and of course K9 Media Group and 19 South TV. This is TILAW Master by K9 Media Group. We are very, very happy to be sharing this episode with you, and of course what will make us even more happier is if you will drop comments down below on whether you like balut yourself, what's your experience with balut, and if you have suggestions on our next content, because to be honest, I am running out of ideas. So yun, if you have suggestions, we'll be very happy to read them, and we'll see if we can do them for you in our coming episodes. There's gonna be a lot of episodes. Magkita-kita pa ta for a lot of food experiences, and we're going to learn more about food here in the Philippines. Thank you so much for joining me as we tilaw balut today. I'm very, very happy that you have joined me. Of course, see you on the next one. Bye!